to my channel. This video will be the third in my quarantine series, and today we will be discussing parenting amidst the coronavirus. These are some pretty scary times and anxiety is running really high, especially for your kids. I mean, they're getting information from their peers which usually isn't reliable or factual, but merely based on hearsay and their imagination. If your child hasn't come to you as yet with questions concerning COVID-19, you may want to take the initiative to start that conversation. Do not be afraid to discuss the risk involved with this virus with them so that they are better able to keep themselves safe and your family by extension. You will want to establish open communication within your family. Go to your kids and ask them, hey, what have you heard about the coronavirus pandemic that is plaguing our world right now? Or you could simply ask them questions when watching news and find out where their mindset is. What do they think about the information that is being presented to them? Chances are they've already been pulled out of school and they don't fully understand why the situation is as is right now. Preparation is key to starting this first conversation, because I guarantee you that you will be asked questions that you may or may not be prepared for. So in order to prepare yourself, keep yourself informed, understand the risks of COVID-19, educate yourself with factual information and statistics. There are a lot of examples available on the web, as well as resources which compare COVID-19 to the common flu. And again, this is where it is necessary to educate yourself, because you are going to combat what they've already heard with factual based information that will empower them to feel more understanding of what is going on, so that they are better able to take the necessary precaution to keep themselves safe. Before you even talk to your kids, ensure that your own anxieties and fears aren't running high as well, because this is going to be translated to your child, and that's the last thing that you want, to make your child fearful and afraid. And again, another area where education comes into play is that you will learn that taking the necessary preventative measures is what is going to be the most crucial thing during this very uncertain time. Try your best to avoid encouraging their fears and fantasies. However, do not dismiss them. Listen to your child, listen attentively, ask questions. It's not just them asking you questions. Use the opportunity for you to ask them questions as well. Like, what do they understand about this whole pandemic, this whole situation, this new reality that we are all facing? You will also want to answer your questions honestly and clearly, and not divulge too much information based on the age of your children. Too much information can be overwhelming, and you don't want to scare your kids even more than they are. The second key to having this conversation with your kids is to focus on the preventative measures that you as a family will need to take to keep yourself safe. Focus on emphasizing hand washing. It would be useful to tell them that they could sing just about 2 happy birthday songs before they're done washing their hands. encourage them to avoid touching their faces and to wash their hands as often as possible. As head of the household or as another adult in the household, you will also want to emphasize the steps that the adults are taking to ensure that the family remains safe. While you're explaining to them the risk of COVID-19, also chime in why you're sanitizing the doorknobs every time you guys coming from being out in public, and why it is necessary to wash your hands, why it is necessary to keep your pet, if you have any, away from other people and other pets at this very crucial time. In addition to you being organized for remote working, you will also want to ensure that your kids are also organized. Structure their days with time for learning, time for play, time for entertainment, rest, for eating. Eating is very important. Ensure that your kids are well fed. That way they will be better able to focus on learning when the time comes. It is important to set aside both on-screen and off-screen time for your child, regardless of their age. For off-screen time, you might want to spend some time playing sports, doing arts and craft, playing dress up. The kids love dress up. You could help them, invite them into the kitchen to help you cook. Here are some activities that you can do with your 0 to 7-year-old children. Some apps that you might want to try with your 0 to 7-year-old are PBS Kids Game, Dave and Ava Learn and Play, Fun Brain Junior, Phonics Ninja, Fish School, and Color Brand. You could also try getting them to listen to kid-friendly podcasts. Some podcasts that may be of interest to you are Little Stories for Tiny People. But why a podcast for curious kids? Pants on Fire, Kid News, Short and Curly, Tumble, Brain On, Story Nori, What If World. You could also get some lovely ideas for sports and physical activity from Jam Time Dance TV and Go Noodle Get Moving YouTube channels. Or you might just want to browse to easypeasyandfun.com for some arts and craft projects. Don't be afraid to invite them into the kitchen with you to learn some cooking, or you could also participate in creating a movie, playing dress up, or even have a talent show. Some fun and educational apps for your 7 to 13-year-old children include Snapchat, NASA Visualization, Middle School Math Planet, Awesome Eats by Whole Foods, Messenger Kids, and Nat Geo Kids. Some interesting podcasts that they may be interested in listening to include Radio Adventures of Eleanor Amplified, Flyest Fables, Star Talk Radio, The Illusionist, Stuff You Missed in History Class, Listen Wise, Youth Radio, curious, and unspookable. Or you might just want to encourage them to read a book in their off-screen time. Some of the best apps for 13 to 16-year-old kids include House Party, Science 360, and Instructables. Instructables is currently owned by Autodesk and provides a wide range of do-it-yourself projects that could get your kids engaged in tinkering with stuff and building things of their own. Some recommended podcasts for your 13 to 16-year-old include Freakonomics Radio, Welcome to the Night Vale, Serial with an S, and Revisionist History. Thanks so much for watching, and I invite you to stay tuned for my next video where I will be discussing learning platforms for both kids and parents alike. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and let me know what you think, and also hit the subscription button and the notification bell while you're at it. Until next time.